On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we are back with the Jag F-Type, and today we turn this destroyed paint back into something worth looking at. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today, like I said, we're here with my 2014 F-Type, and it is destroyed. So we've got Casey here, the statue, and what is your take on this? What's your analysis on this here paint?
I think we should just light it on fire. Sorry, insurance company.
Zero hope.
Just a joke.
Zero hope for this thing.
I think we can get a solid 90% out of it.
All right, all right.
That's what I'm going for.
You guys look at this. It looks like somebody was practicing their hood slides for weeks on end, if I had to guess on this thing.
With Scotch-Brite jeans.
Scotch-Brite jeans. It had custom pockets on these bad boys. So all the way around this car, as you guys remember, it sat outside for a complete year under a tree row. This much of the car was underneath the trees back there, and I'll try to post a picture of that right here so you guys can see just how bad it was. On the last update, you could see the spoiler was just full of mud and dirt. It was absolutely ruined. This is what it looked like under the spoiler. Yes, I should put the tray back in by the battery. But all of this sat full of water and dirt and became absolutely nasty. You can see that the spoiler drains through that hole, which allows all of this to fill with water, and it's supposed to drain out in here, but it's tough to drain that much dirt and water. Eventually, it gets clogged up. So there is the Jag before. You can also see there's leaves that are embedded in the paint. Somewhere in there, you can see that outline of leaves. There's a lot of them where they sat on this trunk and just baked into the paint. This thing's rough. What's the game plan?
I'm gonna try a single stage for starters.
A single stage on black.
I've got some tricks.
Okay. And of course, we'll start with just the normal wash foam cannon and wash mitt and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Go from there?
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's get started. We'll throw this on a time lapse real quick so you guys can see all the usual stuff happen. And by the end of it, we're going to ceramic coat this thing with some Avalonking, and it should look incredible and bring out even more of the shine. So this is a job. There's no doubt about it, but let's jump right in. Jag is drying off over here. We got it moved out of the wash bay, and we figured out why it didn't drain. There is a drain hole right there that we couldn't even see before it was so covered in mud. So we're finishing wiping all of the trash out of here. It looks a lot better. Ooh, is this a Ruckus? Oh no, it's not a Ruckus. What's this fluid?
This is a FinLab A50.
Gotcha.
It's a heavy cut compound. This is a Ruckus pad.
On the new Milwaukee cordless DA.
Put a few dots on it here.
And we're gonna see what this terrible paint looks like after a quick little polish. Here's our 50-50. You can see the Fine Lab didn't get us very far. There's basically just a light little cut there. There's still a lot of deep scratching from this thing being destroyed by Scotch-Brite pads probably. And time for another stage. So I was a little bit worried about how terrible the scratches are on this paint and how much we could actually take off of here. The paint meter says that there's quite a bit of paint and clear on here. So 6.1 mils. What does say the trunk look like?
Fiberglass. Won't be able to tell.
Oh, it is fiberglass. Look at that. 4.4 on the fenders, which are rough. 5. Okay. Well, it looks like the factory paint is thinner than what I assume the hood has been repainted as. Just because the hood, it has like little imperfections in it. Where's one of them at? Right there. We can see that there are some really strange artifacts that the camera can't even focus on. We'll see if it ever does. There you go. Right there, all of this. Weird artifacts that are in the paint we just noticed, and they're kind of the wrong color. Like, it's like a little bit of gold, like came out of the gun wrong or something. So I assume the hood has probably been painted, and maybe that gives us a little bit of leeway to polish a little harder.
I still think we should light it on fire.
It looks safer than the trunk. All right. I'm gonna keep trying to get that drain cleaned out, and I'll let you do more testing.
I'm gonna find the right combination.
That's right. As you guys can see, Casey's worked out a little bit of magic here. This is looking way better. Before, after. So he's doing another test spot here. And we'll see what this test spot looks like, that I think he really has it figured out. So you can also see that this is coming out, it's finishing out really well. When
hazing.
Hazing, the hazing's coming out, it looks like. So it was a little hazy over there. I think it's a little less hazy here. Still a little hazy here, but also
spot. And it's getting more of the scratches now.
This thing was so deeply scratched. All right, well, which one? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 test spots here, and what's your take?
I think it's going to be this one. This one or this one?
It's this one. Almost looks less hazy, but this one, I think more of the scratching came out.
Right. So it's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up, isn't it? As we get closer with the camera, it just looks like it needs more and more and more, but there's only so far we can go. Casey is gonna rock and roll with the polisher there, doing the statue things. And back here, since we had that drainage issue, I figured I better solve it. So I just pulled all the trim, put this in the sink, scrubbed it all the way down, washed it out, washed all the mud that was over here in the corners out. And now this rear section should drain again. So that's a big improvement from what it did before. And we have been working away for a while. Casey's been polishing like the wind. So take a look at these fenders after just a few minutes. There's some deep stuff that's not coming out without really taking off a lot of material. So we're not gonna mess with that, but this thing is looking like a mirror. From an absolutely swirled, destroyed mess, here's a before, to a black mirror. Literally the name of a Netflix show. Whole side knocked out, and the trunk is together. I'll open the trunk up so you guys can take a quick look. And after about 30 minutes on the trunk, it looks like this, instead of the giant mess that it was just 30 minutes ago. And of course I did vacuum everything and put back the trunk storage compartments, all that good stuff. So it's coming together.
It's getting there.
Ooh. The magician has done his work. Take a look at these doors. Unbelievable. They look even better in real life than they do on camera. It's crazy how good this is. So the whole car is looking like a mirror. Also, we don't have these weird sunbursts you guys are seeing in the lens. I think that's oil from me working on that Audi engine yesterday. The camera is making this thing look much worse than it is in real life. So the reflections are nice and crispy. There are no, what do you call the flares? What's that director's name? The lens flares that what's-his-face uses too much in Star Trek. That's what I was trying to think of.
I've got nothing.
This looks incredible. Interior, I gave it a quick hit. I didn't go too far. I found some of the missing trim, like the covers for the transmission release there. So after the final wipe down that the statue is doing right now, we can start on our ceramic coating, and of course we're going to use Avalonking Armor Shield IX. We'll jump into that in just a moment. I cleaned the camera lens. There's no more oil on there, and if you take a look at the reflections now, it is much better. So now you guys know that it is truly my fault that it looked a little rough. This paint looks like a mirror, and it is awesome. Love the wheels. Tires have been wiped down. A little bit of TD2 on the tires. This is Avalonking's prep wipe here. So right after this, we'll be ready to actually coat this thing. Went over all the seals. Everything's been hit with interior cleaner to get all the little rust dots off that used to exist. So those are cleaned up. I'm excited. What's our percentage of improvement meter?
95.
95 is really accurate, honestly.
I'd give it a 95.
This thing was rough, dude. Rough. After the statue did his magic, of course, the paint looks unbelievable on this car. So much better than it ever has. You cannot tell that this thing sat outside for at least a year in a tree row at this point. It is looking crispy, and we have to protect that. We have to make sure it's easy to take care of down the road. So we're using Avalonking Armor Shield IX, of course. You guys know the drill. We'll open it up here, and if you guys want to pick some of this up, avalonking.com and use promo code WatchJRGo so you can get a discount on your ceramic coating, and they also have the new light ceramic. So that stuff's amazing. I've been using that as a quick detailer. It rocks. But here's our bottle of Armor Shield IX, and of course it comes with a microfiber and small microfibers to put on the installer. So we have everything we need here in the box to do this, or you can do it at home yourself with this setup right here. And of course the car's already prepped, so we're basically ready to install. There's a link in the description below to buy some today. So we're gonna put a couple drops on our applicator. Big drops this time. As always, panel by panel, applied in a crosshatch motion. So I'll show you guys this door real quick. And basically, we'll just start at the front of the door and work all the way to the back. And when I see it getting light on the application, we'll just add a little bit more. And once we get to the edge of a panel, it just installs like this. Should be a little.
Yes.
What an insane transformation. You guys remember what this looked like a couple hours ago. Casey did a lot of polishing, a lot of Avalonking. We did every section of this car, and it looks incredible. It looks like a mirror. Look at the door here, just so you guys can see just how mirror this thing is. It's incredible. Nice deep black. The Jag is clean and actually ready to be dripping. I don't exactly have words for this transformation. I was like, ultimate transformation? I don't know. But whatever it is, it's from a tree row to a beautiful driver that's ready to go with an awesome engine in it. And I love the way it looks. Love the wheels, love the stance. It all came together. Out in the sun, this thing looks wild. Wild. Woo. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time.
Still think we should light it on fire.
That's what I'm calling it. Fire detail. That's look at this fire detailing job. Woo! I cleaned the camera lens. There's no more oil on there. I can't talk.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Blah, 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 blah.